because he is part and parcel of me. I can give the body, but the life is given by Father, the Supreme Father. Aham bija pradapita. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that sarva yonishu kaunte murtayanti sambhavanti ja tasham mahad yonir aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving Father. How it comes? Durga Devi, she has 3 modes. She conducts all her affairs. That is Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamagun. And Krishna, on the other hand, completely opposite. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat means of eternity, full knowledgeability and bliss. These 3 are absent. These 3 are absent in the material nature. Durga Devi, she doesn't have anything to do with eternity, knowledgeability or bliss. She has to do other way because she is only Sadhana Shakti. But Krishna is trying to, by glancing of Mahavishnu or Krishna, the seed of rebellious souls are impregnated into the Mahadyoni of Durga. And that agency becomes lingam. That is called Shiva Lingam. So Shiva Lingam is sitting on the Mahadyoni pedestal and be worshipped. That is so. Mother Nature and Lord Shiva, the transformed form of the Supreme, both are, chanting their original names. They are chanting their original form. They have a unique position. But in the workings of the affairs, Durga Devi, Lord Shiva, they are so detached with the material world themselves that first of all, they don't have a house to stay. Right? Second thing, that they try to be away from these crybabies. They are our parents, but we are crybabies. We simply go for asking, give me, give me, give me. Dhanam dehi, janam dehi, varam dehi, stri dehi, putra dehi, 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 dehi. We are beggars. We are asking all the time. So, do you think mother and father are only supposed to be providers? They don't need a proper exchange with grown-up sons even? How long can you play in the lap of your mother? The time will make you mature. Nobody will keep you near. We cannot avoid the Father. We must know the maturity is given to understand the Father. We may be inclined to hide in the lap of mother, but how long can you hide? Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Kato nidra, jao maya, pishachi narkole. If an educated person still wants to remain in the lap of mother, then mother will become like Pishachini. Get out. You do not deserve. You are not innocent anymore. So we have to get awakened to know who is the Father, how to approach Him. There Krishna says, only by undivided devotional service can I be known as I am. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shaktya aham evam vidurjam. Gyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa. You will know me fully. Not only that, you will be able to see me fully. And then you will be able to enter into my activities. Means you will be my associate. He says, only by undivided devotional service. We cannot do devotional service or bhakti to devatas and devis. There is no undivided devotional service for them. Actually, devotional service, the word bhakti does not apply to devatas and devis. You can't become bhaktas of devatas and devis. Can you become bhakta of a shopkeeper, dukandar, where the business is transacted? Can a consumer become a devotee of a merchant or a manager? Manages the affair of the manifested material world, where we simply ask to supply us. Nature supplies us. A supplier has a function to supply. And there is arrangement, proper arrangement, which is done under the supervision of the Lord. Krishna, she supplies us. So we can have maintaining period as long as we live. It is by the mercy of Durga Devi that she has supplied. But you need it and she supplies it. It is a transaction of material nature. So as long as you pay by your karma properly, then you will be supplied. Right? Karma. The karma is to be performed. Without performing karma, you will not be supplied material nature. But bhakti is not a kind of that karma. It's not that kind of a karma. Bhakti is never classified under karma. There is no difference between the process of bhakti and Krishna. It is so much at par, identical. So that kind of bhakti. Now, if we think that we can do whimsical, the way I think this thing, but it's never in the Shastra and it has been ever described that do it yourself and everything is safe. No. If you want the success, if you want sukha, means real happiness, and if you want paramgati, means go back home, back to Godhead, where we belong, we came down from there, then we have to take that authority. The authority is expanded, that the final authority is the verdict of the Shastra. Then a disciplic succession of teachers coming on a very strict line. These teachers, they are starting from who taught whom, Krishna taught first, because he is the source of everything. That knowledge was imparted in the heart of Brahma. Tene Brahmarada. That where the Vedanta Sutra speaks. The absolute truth is expressed in Vedanta Sutras. Vyasadeva wrote. There is an empowered incarnation of that, of Krishna. Everything is explained, and it has been descending in a chain of disciplic succession. That is called Sampradaya. Means Pradaya. Daya means to give. Pradaya. But Sampradaya means everyone is in connection. They are supporting us, supplying us the same absolute truth. It cannot emerge by a single person just popped up and he said, I am the truth and the way. No. It's disciplic succession. We have to see. Can't believe a person who is simply popping up amongst us and he said, I am the Guru or I am God. We have to be very careful. Janmadhyasya yatah anvayaditarascha. The whole Brahma Sutra, the very first aphorism of Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, is Srimad Bhagavatam, explained in 18,000 verses. So can you imagine that anybody, an upstart who comes and pop up amongst us, and because he speaks something of God and sings some bhajan, he should be taken as granted? We must verify. So, Amnaya, or the disciplic succession, a chain of unbroken chain of disciplic succession. That should be the parameter. And then, properly educated by a bona fide acharya within that institution should be the criteria. So, personal guru from that sampradaya, the whole chain of disciplic succession, and finally the Shastra, they become available within our existence. They are there, but we have sincerity and seriousness to follow. Make part of our life for receiving that absolute truth, not from upstarts or self-proclaimed sadhus, and we simply blindly believe them. They are not sadhus, cheaters. Srimad Bhagavatam exposes such kind. The very first aphorism is Brahma Sutra, and Vyasadeva writes second, Dharma Projita Kaitava Atra. Atra means in here in Srimad Bhagavatam, all the cheating, religion, religionist, and everyone who proclaims themselves, they are rejected. Their opinions are rejected. Dharma Projita Kaitava, Kaitava Dharma. Projita means kicked out. Atra in this Srimad Bhagavatam. Paramo Nirvatsaranam Satam. That will give you guarantee that cleans properly, purify, and make you Satam. Satam means sadhus, real sadhus. You don't have to give up your family life to become sadhu. That is another scare, Mayavadi, the upstarts, they put up. You must detach yourself, that is one thing, but not necessarily give them up. Detachment and tyag means vairagya and tyag, both are different. People get scared. Tyag means rejection, but vairagya means detachment. Detachment can be within. And apparently if you have everything, engage everybody in Krishna's service. That's your function. That's how the ideal Grahastha life has been instructed by Narad Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 7th canto. So people misunderstand because they are confusing agents, the upstarts, without any proper authority, without any backing, what they are speaking, what they quote, everything has to be checked out. Is he a bluffer? Because your life is precious. No, nobody should take disadvantage just to so-called propagate his own prestige and status quo in the society, up to the level to become a national saint, Rashtriya Sant. Sant does not belong to Rashtra. Sant has no boundaries. He belongs to Krishna. We have to see it with very openness and candid. And that is called education. That will bring us closer to our desired destination. Go back to God. So, the process of bhakti, don't consider it's cheap. Or it's a time pass. It's a very valuable educating instrument in service of Krishna. And one who takes up is the most fortunate person, and that serves the purpose of satsanga. Satam prasangam mama virya samvida. In the association of devotees, those who are purified, they can instill purification in us. To see with the right perspective how to execute our then dharma is protected. If we do not protect dharma, do you think dharma is going to protect us? Dharma rakshati rakshita. We never choose to protect the dharma. But we want to become political, and we think becoming political will protect dharma. No. Dharma is everybody, individuals, proprietor. It's not a wholesale market. Dharma for Krishna is one, without second. For men, it can be many. But we are not part of that. We may incline that because all our belief systems are same, because we recognize the same Shastras, but do we practice the same way? Or you can practice any way you like, then we miss the point. If you can practice any way you like, the result will not be the same. Right? We are human beings, we are not supposed to act simply for the sake of our material existence. We are not meant for. Because you, us, everyone else, that one lives is a spiritual entity. Life is spiritual in nature. It is not materially made. In what that lives, consciousness exists. Consciousness is not material in nature. But overpowered by three modes of material nature, we think I am this body, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am American, I am Fijian, I am this and I am that. I am man, I am woman. These are all material designations. And none of that belongs to the soul. Krishna says, soul is my part and parcel. Krishna says, beautiful, soul must be that. Because knowingly or unknowingly we are attracted to each other, whether male or male to male, doesn't matter. It is the soul part that is attractive. Without the soul, the bodies are not attractive. Is it not? You have to dispose of it. Immediately, can't stay even longer. As soon as the soul quits the body has no value. What will be the value? $2.50. The ashes that come out from that and the chemicals that can be separated from that, it's only at the retail market $2.50. Do you think you are only $2.50? Is that the value? $2.50. So, let's try to understand the glories of the holy name by chanting the holy name. Why it is holy? Because it is transcendental in nature. It's not a product of here. Nobody can make holy name here. It is descending. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought the holy name. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. So please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you will gain your original status quo. Being part and parcel of Krishna, and you will be able to execute all your duties in that consciousness. It's real transformation based on reality, means it is not temporary. It certainly promotes us. However, whatever we can do in this regard within this lifetime, whether we did 100% or less, doesn't matter much. It becomes a permanent asset, whatever you gain. So, if you are greedy to make advancement, then start chanting. Don't be miser. Become greedy. If you understand the value of the soul, then always keep him alive. Feed him with the holy name. Make him strong and committed. Just like you maintain your body, every day you eat, but you don't eat the one that feeds the soul. What should be the one? Prasadam and chanting is like diet and medicine. Chanting is like medicine and prasadam is the diet to feed the soul. Prasad can be only come into our presence by the mercy of the Lord, because we beg the mercy by our devotion. So there must be devotion while making the offering, prasadam, cooking. There must be devotion in it. Without devotion, nobody can simply order somebody, okay, like Duryodhana ordered, Krishna, you can come and eat at my place. Krishna says, no, I better prefer to go to Vidurji. Even Vidurani makes simple sabji. Krishna ate. Duryodhana ko meva tyago. Rukho shakha vidura ghar khayo. Aise prema pujari radhe shyam shyam. This is the So, prasadam is food for the soul, and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the medicine. Bhavarog ki dawai. Bhavarog ki dawai. Every one of us came into material existence, means we brought that disease. We brought that disease. We should get rid of this disease in the human form of life for once and all. No more forceful birth, painful birth and death. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita so candidly, openly. He said, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshana. These are the four experiences of our life, and they are continually chasing us like tiger. The birth, death, old age and disease. Dukkha dosh. Dukh means the miseries, and dosh means faults. For the soul there is no birth, no death, but yet we are forced to go through, come over and over again, become a baby, starts sucking the thumb again. It's a life of attachments. Sooner you cannot attach anymore, but you have inclination, so that bhava will carry you to another attachment. But detachment will carry you to Krishna. Mamupeti tu kaunteya dukkhalayam asashvatam naapnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramamaya. If you want to achieve the sum total of all the successes is to come back home, back to Godhead. So, by achieving me, he will never come to this miserable material world which is also temporary, but it will keep you rotating. Dukkhalaya, this material world is called Dukkhalaya, not Sukhalaya. And we challenge Krishna, we'll make it by our own effort, Sukhalaya. If not in India, then in Australia. कृष्ण भगवान एक बार तो आने दो, लक्ष्मी अपने हाथ में पत में क्या करके दिखाता हूं. We challenge him. And Lakshmi is his Krishna's consort, and you want to enjoy like Ravana, and you want to show him. Isn't it foolishness? It is Krishna's Lakshmi. You want to steal from him, and then you want to show that you are a somebody. This cheating mentality will stop immediately when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you very much. We will do the arti. If you have any question, please come while enjoying prasad.